September the 8th.
Your public hearing.
Yes, I would like to put a motion on the floor to reopen the public hearing.
All right, we have a motion.
Second.
And we have a second. So to reopen that public hearing, it needs to be re-advertised and for a date and time certain. Do we have a date in place where we have other hearings? Second commission meeting in October. Okay. So public hearing would be set for the second meeting in October. Those in the audience who would be in the affirmative or speaking against it, that would be your time to come and you would have voice at the commission. I don't know. Okay. So it will be October the 20th. And we look forward to seeing you there. So we have a motion. We have a second. All in favor? All right. Is there any other business to come before our September the 8th meeting? Seeing none, that meeting is now adjourned. Mr. Roberto, would you call roll for our September the 22nd? I'd like to call it to order now.
I understand these folks are here on behalf or against this, what you just considered.
They're all for it.
They are
Commissioner.
for it.
Already voted.
Yeah, and Mr. President, and respectfully, it would have been nice if all of us were made aware of this so we would know how to proceed. That's why I asked, I saw the dynamics, but it just would have been nice to know.
Well, and you may have perceived some dynamics, but that actually were not there. When did I ask y'all? About 8 minutes ago, gentlemen. I didn't know. I said, y'all are here for something. What are you here for? And at that particular time, we began to address this, and I think we've addressed it in short order and done a good job and met the needs of our citizens. So thank you very much for being here, and hopefully this commission did that, not knowing that you were here. So appreciate you coming, and I hope everything works out for you.
And I'll take blame for that because the Mountain View Homeowners Association did meet with Scale's staff and myself and my staff. So I thought her staff had informed her. They met with Prim and Mr. Jones.
No, I'm clearly aware of the meeting. I was talking about the fact that we were entertaining this action this morning is the point. So that's it.
No, that was answered correctly.
Mr. President, if I may, that October 20th meeting will be in Bessemer.
October 20th meeting will be in Bessemer, which will be close to you. Be a little bit easier to get to you. Okay. All right. If y'all need something to do, y'all can go. Thank y'all for coming.
Well, let me just ask this, Mr. President. Where will we be meeting on October the 20th? I mean, I know that the absentee ballots, I don't know if that situation is resolved. Will we still meet in that regular courthouse downstairs, or do we know yet?
No, we will.
We'll try to meet in Judge Hobby's room.
In what?
In
Judge Hobby.
Okay, that's Judge Hobby's court. Okay.
Okay. Did you call roll? Please call.
Commissioner Ammons, Commissioner Knight,
Here.
Commissioner Scales.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyson.
Good morning.
Commissioner Stevens.
Good morning. Today we have the invocation presented by Commissioner Joe Knight, District 4. And after that we have Pledge of Allegiance. Joe, would you go ahead and do that also?
I'll do that, but the Honorable Zach Brooks will lead us in prayer.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the blessings you have provided for us, Lord. We come to you today to ask for your discernment in every decision we make. We ask for your love and ability to love people regardless, because that is not something we can do on our own. Lord, thank you for everything that you've done for us in your unconditional love that we could not go without. We say all these things in Jesus' name.
Amen.
We'll place the flag. Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you. Commissioners, you have before you the minutes from the September the 8th meeting. I'm guessing that we're going to amend those. So County Attorney, do we want to hold off on the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting till they're amended and approve them at the next meeting? So they would be complete?
You good, Ms. DiLiberto, with what,
Oh.
what you got?
Actually, the commission shouldn't conduct any business without those minutes being concluded, so.
Okay,
If we could just
all right.
put them as amended, and then I will shoot it out as soon as possible.
That will be fine. Chair will entertain a motion unless, really, you've never had to read one of these.
Would you like for me to read them?
No, we're good.
Read somewhere.
Actually, I have my computer set up and ready.
You're ready to go, aren't you? One of these days I'm going to call you bluff. Commissioners, do we have a motion to accept them, to dispense with the reading of the minutes and accept them as amended?
So moved.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. There are no presentations of public hearing. Commissioner, we have 53 resolutions. Is there any particular resolution that a commissioner would like to set aside for separate consideration or vote? You're late.
Move the agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Thanks for coming.
County Attorney, you have anything?
I do. Some time back, I mentioned to the commission that there was a settlement with the McKesson company relative to our opioid settlement, and that has gone through a special master to determine how much Jefferson County's allocation would be. And I mentioned to you that would be paid over time, but the total amount that we will be receiving on that settlement only is $3,452,452.21, and that will be paid over a 10-year period.
Okay.
What was that company?
McKesson.
McKessick?
McKesson.
When did they start? Hey, I mean, over 10 years since it.
Late at the end, probably closer to the end of this year.
Okay, is that a certain amount each year?
First year, 262,000 and some change, and the second through the seventh year is about 337,000, and then in the last 2 years is 388,000, thereabouts.
Okay, any other questions? County Manager.
No, sir.
Commissioner Tyson.
I have a, announcement. It will be a town hall meeting in Bessemer on October 17th, 2022, at 6 o'clock, located at Shady Grove Baptist Church, 2600 Fairfax Avenue, Bessemer, Alabama, 35030. We'll just be going over some projects that we're doing out there, and just explaining to the citizens like what we're doing.
Commissioner Scales.
I have nothing, Mr. President.
All right, Commissioner Knight.
Yeah, I have passed out a list of items that, each year we get requests for funding, and you have that before you. But go down to the bottom third of the page where it says new funding request, and I want y'all to just look over these and just kind of let me know what it is that we would like to do. Some of this is possible through ARPA funding, some of these requests, but I wanted to just do this so that we can finish up this year to close out the books. But this is just something that I want you to consider, and just let me know how you would like to proceed. We're getting calls on one of them, and we're trying to work something out with them. But these other items, I just need your input on.
At what meeting, at what time would we vote on this for approval? Yeah, this is our last.
We can do it today.
this is our last commission meeting. So,
For the fiscal year.
yeah, for the fiscal year, so unless we're going to carry over
We're not
anything.
gonna do them in the budget. That's one thing we decided we would not do a couple of years ago, is that budget these items. At the end of the year, we would consider requests for funding in the event we had available funds.
Angela, do we have, I would think at the minimum we needed to vote on a carryover for this. I don't know how you're closing the books out. How do you do that?
Right. And we still haven't funded some of the reserve funds. So, I mean, there's time to do it.
So,
If we. Right, yeah,
so we can do this in October?
consider it.
Well, I would probably not do October, it might be a little later, but it's definitely something we do October.
Well, and we're not talking about expending all of it. We're talking about a very finite amount that I think we could probably do in October. That we know we're going to have that left over.
Just give everybody time to, I don't know, I think y'all got these before, but I don't know. But I just wanted to make sure before we close out not the fiscal year, but close out the books, to consider some of these items.
So,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, respectfully, page 2, I noticed that we have that about Bessemer absentee voting. I see the build-out, and I see a comment noted by it. And then you have Alabama State Games. Well, who is Alabama State? Are we talking about Alabama State University?
The state games that they do every year.
Who are they?
We've had them before.
All of the athletes from the state of Alabama, and, similar to the World Games. I think they came
What
to,
are you
they
talking about,
went
the
to
Alabama
Dothan one
Athletic
time.
Association?
No, I'm talking about the Alabama State Games, which, Commissioner Knight, I believe you have the information on.
I do. It's Alabama State, ASF Foundation, Alabama State Games. They've been around since '82, and we've done it before. And this is the sites. I'll get this information to you.
If you don't mind.
talk about it.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely interested in about this Bessemer absentee
Sure.
piece that we talked about, because we know that there seems to be some issues concerning that. I just didn't want this to be the deciding factor.
Oh, no, I think county management, I think y'all are working through that, aren't you?
Well, we're getting an architect to look at the cost,
Yeah.
and the cost did not get put in the budget, because it's, all the cost of the dog pound and all the other projects have gone up, so
Okay.
we'll have to.
But you're going to let us know in short order what that looks like, right?
Right
Yeah.
now, I'm guessing 3 million, but that's not a very detailed estimate. We got to get a little further, a little more study work done.
Yeah,
And
I know that
plan is to
we
let them use your courtroom through this election, so we got it covered.
well, we know that exercising your ability to vote, if you don't know anything about incarceration, that's the first thing they take away is your ability to have a gun and to vote. So I'm definitely looking at that. That's on my radar, and I hope that that we govern ourselves accordingly. I mean, some folk cannot, from what I'm hearing about certain distractions and so forth. I just hope that that we get that resolved. I'd be interested in knowing what that looks like. So I'll wait on your information. Alabama State.
Yeah.
And we appreciate everyone here today, and it was a little bit different when we reconvened that meeting. I don't know that we've reconvened many, but that was a purpose of recessing, and we were able to go out and reconsider this and hopefully serve the needs of the citizens once we understand what's going on. Management, appreciate you. thank you for what you do. We set the policies, you carry it out. And always remember how you carry out our policies is whether we're reelected or not. So y'all stay on top of it. That's very important.
You want to say something about
Being no further business,
You want to say something about Helen? Helen's mother?
I did, Helen. This morning we offered our condolences to you early, and we understand what you're going through, and we appreciate you, appreciate your engagement. Always family first. Okay?
And the fact you came to work.
And that's true too. Being no further business, this meeting is recessed until further notice.
Are we recessing the recess? Or?
No, we completed it. Thank goodness.